In 2015, Glenn Dubas was inducted into the U.S. International Shooting Hall of Fame. He won 2 of his national titles with a Shepard scope. In this photo, he is posing with his rifle mounted with a Shepard scope. This later photo of Glenn includes an impressive list of some of his championship victories. It is interesting that in this picture, Glenn posed with a Shepard scope on his hunting rifle. Glenn is a serious shooter, and the Shepard is a serious scope. Here are some reasons why. As you look through the Shepard scope and turn the zoom ring all the way up and down, you can see that the circles move in and out with the view. Also notice that the main crosshair does not move with the view, but is stationary. This is because this scope has 2 reticles. The set of circles are in the first focal plane, and the main crosshair is in the second focal plane. Both reticles are independently adjustable. This is why this scope has 2 sets of turrets. The large turrets move the circles and the small turrets move the crosshair. The reticle with the circles is in the first focal plane. Each of the tick marks on the right and across the top measure 1 minute of angle, or 1 MOA. The main crosshair is in the second focal plane and is always in the center of the view. These 2 reticles working together offer a number of advantages. One advantage of the dual reticle system is the one-shot sight-in. This can be done in the field without a bench vise. Holding the crosshair on the bullseye, you simply move the little circle to the bullet hole. Then move the crosshair to the little circle. When the little circle is on the bullet hole, you are sighted in at this point, because this is where your gun is actually shooting. Now move the crosshair to the little circle again. This simply brings the circles back to the center of the view. Here is a target I used with this one-shot sight-in system. At 100 yards with my 300 Win Mag, you can see the first shot at 1 o'clock in the white. The second shot is in the bullseye. With my 30-06, the first shot is at 7 o'clock in the white, and the second shot is in the bullseye. Once you sight in at 100 yards, you are automatically sighted in at every distance out to 1,000 yards. Because the set of circles is a bullet drop compensator, or BDC. The bullet will drop through each of those circles at those ranges. There is no need to dial the turret to adjust for distance. It is all built into the reticle. Shepard Scopes offers a number of different reticles to match the drop figures for different calibers and bullets. These reticles are made in popular ballistic groups, so we match the scope to your gun. These scopes will accommodate most calibers, from the .22 long rifle to the .50 caliber BMG. Custom reticles are also an option. Watch how this bullet drop compensator works from 300 to 500 yards with my .223.
Okay, Rusty, fire. .400 yards, fire. Good shot. Good shot. 500 yards.
This scope is also a rangefinder. You can use the circles to find the range of your target because these are 18-inch circles at those ranges out to 1,000 yards. Notice how the 18-inch target fits exactly inside the 300-yard circle at 300 yards. It also fits exactly inside the 400-yard circle at 400 yards and the 500-yard circle at 500 yards. A typical deer has an 18-inch body, so whatever circle fits the deer, just hold that circle on him and fire. The deer on the left fits in the 400-yard circle, so just hold that circle on him and fire. The scope gives you the range and the holdover at the same time. The same is true with the deer at 600 and 800 yards. Just fit and fire. It requires no dialing, no zooming, and usually no math. Another advantage of this dual reticle is that you can easily adjust for a windage shot. The MOA marks at the top will tell you exactly how far you are adjusting at every distance. The crosshair holds the 0 position, making it easy to return to 0. And you will never forget to return to 0 because you will always see that an adjustment has been made. Simply return the circle back to the main crosshair to return to the 0 position. The vast majority of scopes today have a second focal plane reticle because they're easier to make. The problem is, those reticles don't make very good drop compensators. Here's why. Notice that as the view is moved in and out, the reticle is stationary. It does not move with the view. You can see that as the zoom ring is turned, the range indicators are constantly moving against the view. This causes the bullet to impact at different places on this reticle every time the zoom ring is turned. In the Shepherd scope, the reticle with the circles is in the first focal plane. Notice that as the zoom ring is moved in and out, the reticle moves with the view. Keep your eye on any of the circles as the view moves in and out. Each circle stays in the same place on the target. This means that the bullet will impact in the same place along this BDC reticle regardless of the zoom power.
Knocked it.
Good shot. Good shot.
As a discount dealer, I offer 5% off on any retail product from the shepherdscopes.com website.